The following is a special presentation of the Simulation Football League.
To the left side, Orlando, Pyatt back to pass. And Pyatt fires down the middle of the field. That's caught by Allen in the open field. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. He's gone! And Lorenzo Allen, who's been silent the first two games for Orlando, gets free for a touchdown. Garcia right side, caught, touchdown. Taylor. What a drive for Queen City. Tyree loads of time. They rush just three. The pass to the end zone. Touchdown, Sparrows. It's Portis' first of the year.
It's the SFL live on Twitch TV.
Welcome to Blue Sun Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. It's the Sunday Spotlight game between two teams that were expected to meet in the SFL Championship game last season. Louisville couldn't close the deal. They'll try to close the deal today. The 1-2 Gorillas and the 2-1 Wolfpack, led by Matt Wilson and Lucius Sanders. And it's next here on the SFL Network. Hello everybody, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Cameron Irvine, and Santa Fe and Louisville meeting for the first time in their second seasons each here in the SFL. Louisville wearing special gray uniforms, gray alternates today. Let's head down to the field for the coin toss.
You ready to go? Head to the show.
Gentlemen, please make your call.
We big tails.
Tails it is.
We'll take the ball.
The visiting team have won the toss and select to receive.
The Gorillas want the ball. The ball is what they're going to get. Louisville's got it on the tee, trying to improve to 3-1 and keep their undefeated regular season home streak intact. Kick it! We're underway. From the 9, Santa Fe on the return, up past the 25 to the 27-yard line. So out comes Matt Wilson. A 97.3 quarterback rating, 91 of 130, 70% completion percentage, 971 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. First and 10 at the 27 for Santa Fe. Back to pass. Wilson will fire it right side into double coverage, and that pass is incomplete, knocked away by Aaron Tolbert. Let's take a look at Santa Fe's offense, Power 5. Matt Wilson is the quarterback, number 12. Running back is Isaac Montoya, number 23. Star receivers are Juan Bosco, number 10, and Nick T. Quick, number 3. And the tight end is number 85, Ulysses Mora. Second down and 10 at the 27. Wilson under center with 2 receivers, 1 either side. Montoya takes a toss, left side. Montoya makes a move and picks up 6 yards. Santa Fe in the road blue helmets, white jerseys, blue pants, blue numbers, orange and white trim. As mentioned, Louisville in their alternate blue helmets, gray uniforms and pants, blue numbers and white trim. 2 receivers both to the left on a 3rd down and 4 for Wilson. Back to pass. Wilson complete, and they say he did not get enough for a first down. That was Juan Bosco on the catch, but they mark Santa Fe short of the sticks, and if we don't get a challenge, it'll be a 3-and-out for the Gorillas. Santa Fe will not challenge, so a quick 3-and-out and a nice stop by Louisville to start the game. A tough team here at home, did lose one game here in this building since its renovation. That was the semifinal last year against the DC Dragons. Fair catch called for at the 28 by the Wolfpack. And out comes Skeletor P. Funk. 72 of 105 this year, 86.3 quarterback rating, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, but has not thrown an interception in the last 2 weeks. 2 victories for Louisville, 662 yards, averaging 220.7 yards per game.
1st and 10 from 29 yards.
9:48 to go in the opening quarter. Skeletor P. Funk with 2 in the backfield for Louisville. Back to pass. Funk fires down the middle, and that pass is incomplete. Intended for A.J. Blaylock, Carlo Montero on the tackle. Let's take a look at Louisville's offensive power 5. Skeletor P. Funk is the quarterback, number 7. David Overstreet is the running back, number 44. Number 1 wide receiver, Lawrence Kirkland. A.J. Blaylock wears number 11. And D.D. Ritter is the tight end at number 47. Your Wolfpack power 5. Two receivers for Funk on a 2nd down and 10. He'll flip it out to Overstreet, who's got some space, but Overstreet wrapped up nicely by Frank Flores. Only a gain of 1. Going to be 3rd down and 9. Nice job on the flats by Santa Fe. David Overstreet, 70 carries, 613 yards, averaging 204.3 yards per game, and now number 2 in the league after Darnell Black was shut down Thursday for the 2nd straight week. 3rd down and 9 for Funk with trips to the right side. Out of the shotgun, Skeletor back to pass from his 22. And a deep shot down the middle is knocked away and into the hands. A twin connection. Christoph knocked it up in the air, and Carlo Montero gets the interception at the Santa Fe 41-yard line for Funk's first interception in the last 3 weeks, and a good start to Santa Fe's defense that has been excellent against the pass all season long. So 1st and 10 at the 41 for Matt Wilson and the Gorillas, both teams with some solid defense to start. Three receivers for Wilson, still looking to get in a rhythm. Deep drop back, and Wilson's gonna fling it deep down the field, caught by Bosco to the Louisville 21-yard line. 42 yards on 2 catches for Juan Bosco. Lucius Sanders and Bosco having some words, but Matt Wilson on the money deep down the field. Kyle Walsh has a game break for us. What you got, Kyle?
It's business as usual for the Minneapolis Maulers. Cleveland may only give up a league best 19.3 points per game, but Rocco Marcani throws a touchdown on his opening drive to halfback Doug Bose. It's 7-0 early in Cleveland. Back to you, Gam.
Wilson lets it rip for the first move of the chains of the game. Isaac Montoya on the carry, picks up 2. Let's take a look at the Louisville Power 5 defense. Number 99, defensive tackle Rick O'Reilly. Number 58, linebacker Andre Khrushchev, who had his first career interception last week. Number 24, cornerback Lucius Sanders. Number 27, cornerback Lester Grimes. Number 23, free safety Ezekiel Freeman. 2nd down and 10 at the 21, and the handoff goes to Montoya around the left side, and Montoya picks up just a yard. Tackle made by Lester Grimes, who's been an undervalued rookie here so far in the first 4 weeks. Doing a pretty solid job for the Wolfpack defense. 3rd and long for Santa Fe. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Back to pass. Wilson fires a slant perfectly over the middle to Bosco for a 1st and goal at the 9. Matt Wilson has come to play this afternoon in Louisville, and Juan Bosco's all over the field. He's 3rd in the league in receptions per game, averaging 10. 2nd among receivers, only behind Sultan Muhammad of NYC. And he's got 3 here in the first 4 minutes. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. 2 in the backfield with Wilson, 6 in the box for Louisville. Wilson back to pass, fires it short over the middle. That's Ulysses Moore as the first catch of the day, picks up 5. 2nd and goal at the 4. Moore has been a solid target for Wilson this year. 20 catches, that's second on the team. 205 yards, has scored a touchdown. Averages 68.3 yards per game. Wilson against a blitz, fires it short and went right through the hands of the tight end, Chris Bush. Chris Bush, 8 catches, 65 yards in 3 games, and he could have had his first career touchdown there. He just flat out dropped it. Wilson can't believe it. Ramos Lynn, I can assure you that no adjustments were made from last week to your team. As requested. 3rd down and goal at the 4. Back to pass. And Wilson is sacked for a loss of 4. 4th and goal. Andre Khrushchev, who had the interception last year with the sack, and he came in unblocked. And Santa Fe will have to settle for 3, and Chris Bush's touchdown drop may come back to haunt the Gorillas. Field goal for the Gorillas is good. And it's Santa Fe 3, Louisville nothing, so the Gorillas get 3 points. Off of the Wolfpack turnover. T-Pat, is the connection just the Cleveland game, or are you having difficulties on all the networks? Burnett on the return for Louisville up to the 24-yard line.
First and 10 from 24 yards.
Funk back to pass, deep drop back to start Louisville's second possession, and that is knocked away beautifully.
Second and 10.
Second down, 10 at the 24-yard line. Out of the eye for Funk. David Overstreet has been silent here so far. Picks up 5. Will set up a 3rd down and manageable 5 for Santa Fe at the 29-yard line.
Third and 4 from 29 yards.
Funk down the middle, caught for a first down to the 42-yard line. Working on the issues of SFL N3, bear with us.
First and 10. Ball at the 43 yards.
Funk, pass caught. That's a 9-yard pickup. Second down and 1. D.D. Ritter with his first catch of the day.
Second and 1 from 48 yards.
Funk to throw near midfield, and Louisville is on the move now. D.D. Ritter with back-to-back catches Alvarado and Montero on the tackle. Ritter was a huge force against Dallas.
First and 10.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to pass, Funk. And Funk flips it outside, 3-yard pickup. Second and 7. Okay, so it seems like today everyone is going to have some sort of beef with something. We are trying to fix everything as soon as we can. Please be patient while we try to put on a good show.
Second and 6.
Second and 7 at the 31-yard line. Back to pass. Funk down the field, incomplete. 3rd and 7.
Third and 6 from 31 yards.
3rd down, 7 at the 31-yard line. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Back to pass. Funk down the field, knocked away beautifully. Looking for A.J. Blaylock, who they've really struggled to get going this season, and Louisville will have to attempt a deep field goal from Azuma. A.J. Blaylock, just 10 catches for 141 yards in his first 3 games. He was a dominant part of Louisville's run last season. And the 48-yard field goal for Louisville is missed wide right. Azuma had plenty of leg on it. But Louisville misses the field goal, and Santa Fe's shutout continues. First and 10 for the Gorillas at the 38. And off to Montoya, no gain. Three tackles for Andre Khrushchev so far, and a sack. Khrushchev big time, 32 tackles on the team, leads the team clearly in tackles, 4 tackles for loss and a pick as well. And Isaac Montoya, no gain. 3rd down and 10. Santa Fe 3, Louisville nothing. Back to pass. Wilson, deep shot down the middle. The pass is incomplete, 4th down.
Oh yeah, Butter, I'm coming. I'm locking in.
On the punt return to the 28-yard line. Maybe eventually I can actually commentate this game. First down and 10 at the 28-yard line for Louisville. Missed a field goal on their last possession.
They're going there. I see pass.
3-0 Santa Fe, but could have had a touchdown with Chris Bush. Fell off his hands. Lawrence Kirkland with the catch, but he had to come back and get the ball. No gain. Set up a second down and 10. David Overstreet, very quiet here as Santa Fe shut down Darnell Black pretty nicely last week, and they've done a good job so far on Overstreet, who just has a few carries. Back to pass, Funk down the field, beautiful touch pass for a first down to the 42. A pickup of 15 yards, and Funk is now 7 for 12. Frank Flores defending. Well, geez, I thought he had more than that. Half the time I haven't been able to pay attention. We're all trying our best, folks. First and 10 at the 42. Two in the backfield with Skeletor P. Funk. Santa Fe off to the early start, shovel pass up the middle. That is Tequan Collins. No, check that. That is Overstreet in the game. Picks up 9. Overstreet looking light in those gray uniforms. Second down and 1 after the 9-yard completion up the middle. Nice little play there. That scored a touchdown a couple weeks ago for the Wolfpack. Funk on a blitz. And Funk is scrambling around. He's going to take off and run. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 35, down to the 32. A pickup of 17 on the ground for Skeletor P. Funk. What a nice play.
First and 10. From 32 yards.
First and 10 at the 32 following Funk's scamper. Gonna flip it to Overstreet again up the middle, and Overstreet, while he only has one carry here in the first quarter, he picks up 12 on the little pitch forward. His third catch of the first quarter, and it's another Louisville first down. They're on the move. And that will bring the first quarter to a close. Santa Fe 3 and Louisville nothing here in the Sunday Spotlight game. This is the SFL Network. So Funk is the leading rusher for Louisville, and I believe Overstreet leads the team in receiving yards, but either way, Louisville trying to put their first points up on the board. Overstreet gets a carry, and Overstreet with a big stiff arm up the middle on Alvarado. Got a first down gain of 11. First and goal at the 9. Beautiful run from Overstreet. Alvarado embarrassed. Carlo Montero eventually makes the tackle.
First and goal.
Two receivers, two in the backfield. Funk back to pass, flips it outside, and Overstreet breaks off a tackle, and another! And Overstreet's got a touchdown, Louisville! Overstreet getting it done in the passing game here in the first half, and it's given the Wolfpack the lead. Extra point is good. It looks like SFLN 3 is back up and running. Folks, you got to understand it's a complex operation. And not everything's going to be perfect all the time. Just alert us of the issue. We'll work on it ASAP and we'll get it corrected for you as best we can. That's all you got to do. Shout out, happy birthday to SpecPoo1424 and NY Knights. Eric Barkley, owner of the Queen City Corsairs, and Chris Davis, head coach of the Cleveland Vipers. We hope it's a great one for you as Santa Fe returns up to the 27-yard line. Coming up on the upcoming broadcasts, Monday, NYC is at San Francisco, Oklahoma City is at Tallahassee. Thursday night, we'll announce the flex schedule for Week 5 at halftime. And Sunday before the Super Bowl, Orlando at Oklahoma City, plus other regional coverage comes your way on the SFL Network over the next 3 broadcasts. Handoff to Isaac Montoya, and he's put down for a 2-yard gain at the 29-yard line. Tackle made by Lester Grimes.
Second and 8.
Ten minutes to go in the first half. Louisville 7, Santa Fe 3. And Wilson drops back to pass. And Wilson, dangerous throw, and Grimes couldn't take it the other way. Lester Grimes, who's looking for his second interception on the coverage. Lucius Sanders leads the team with 4. Juan Bosco got free a few times in the first quarter, his primary assignment. Not saying it's all his fault. 3rd and 8. As Wilson looks down the middle, and it's knocked away beautifully. That'll bring up 4th down, and Louisville's defense gets a nice stop. Manley knocks it away. And the Wolfpack playing a much better second quarter than they did in the first. For daily updates on the Simulation Football League, head to simulationfl.com. All day, every day. As Santa Fe kicks it away. From the 35-yard line, Louisville on the return up to the 37.
First and 10. From 38 yards.
First down and 10 for Louisville. David Overstreet with a touchdown catch on the previous drive, and a deep ball to Lawrence Kirkland down the sideline gives Louisville a first down to the Santa Fe 40. Kirkland now 4 grabs for 39 yards. And another Louisville first down. Kirkland averaging just 3.5 catches per game over the first 3 weeks. Funk and the Louisville offense struggled to get the passing game going last week, mainly to their receivers. D.D. Ritter was the main force in that 30-10 victory over Dallas. Out of the eye. And they flip it, this time a little bit more dangerously to Overstreet. Gain of 2 yards, but Santa Fe does a much better job containing the shovel. 2nd and 8 at the Gorilla 39-yard line.
Second and 8.
Funk out of the shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 to the short left side. And Santa Fe with 5 in the box showing an outside blitz. They back off, rush just 4. Funk looks left side, and that is caught. I don't know how Kirkland caught that. Frank Flores was draped all over him. It's another Louisville first down. And Kirkland's got 5 grabs. 6 receptions, 47 yards for Overstreet. Overstreet and Kirkland have combined 11 grabs in 14 minutes, and Overstreet's got catch number 7. He's got a first down inside the 15, down to the 13-yard line. Wolfpack exposing the middle of the Santa Fe defense beautifully here. And Santa Fe has not adjusted. And hey, if it's working for you, why not keep going to it? Alvarado gets blocked, and Overstreet is having a field day here in the second quarter. Back to pass. Funk fires it, caught, and Ritter fell over and touchdown to the 2-yard line, but another first and goal, Louisville. This has been a dominant second quarter for the Wolfpack.
First and goal from 1 yard.
Flores and a lineman getting tangled up, trying to get in position. Out of the eye for Louisville, trying to extend their lead. Funk hands it off, and Overstreet's got another touchdown, Louisville. Wolfpack 2 touchdowns in the last 4 minutes. And the extra point for Louisville is good. Santa Fe needs to wake up here in the second quarter. They've given up 14 straight points. It's 14-3.
Are set for the kickoff. Number 11, deep to receive.
Wolfpack kick it away. Santa Fe from the 10-yard line. And up to the 29. Lopez on the return. Coming up at halftime, we'll have highlights from Thursday night's action in case you missed anything. And we'll have first half analysis of Louisville and Santa Fe. Coming up on the SFL Update halftime report. Bosco and Quick are the receivers. Quick does not have a catch, nor does Bush here in the first half. Back to pass. Wilson against a 4-man rush, flips it outside, caught, 6-yard pickup. We'll bring up second down and 4.
56 with the tackle.
Soto on the catch.
Second and 4. Ball at the 35-yard line.
Montoya in the backfield. They'll get the handoff, and Montoya gets just 2, and I believe that's the longest run for Montoya today. He's averaging 2 yards a carry. Overstreet 5.7, but just 17 yards on the ground. Khrushchev, another tackle. Andre Khrushchev picking up from his dominant performance last week against Dallas. Two receivers, one to either side, and Wilson drops to throw. Flips it out. Montoya's got some room to run. Montoya looking for the first down. Nice close by Manley. He's made a couple of big plays for Louisville in the first half. And it's going to be 4th down and short for the Gorillas. Another solid defensive stop for the Wolfpack.
Has selected the punt. Number 1 is deep to receive.
Oh yeah, this one's mine. This one's mine.
Cleveland back to punt it away. Santa Fe, rather, back to punt it away as Louisville gets up to the 31-yard line. We have an update from Cleveland. I was thinking ahead in my head. Kyle Walsh back at the SFL Studios. What you got?
It's been all Maulers in Ohio, but Chris Davis changes all that with his strongest run of the season, his 5th touchdown. Even Kumafleka couldn't stop him. A 72-yard run that got the Vipers on the board and a crowd re-energized. Back to Louisville and Cam.
.5:23 to go in the first half. Louisville's got the ball back from their 31-yard line. They've outscored Santa Fe 14-0 here in the second quarter. Funk back to pass, and Funk flips it outside to Overstreet, and Overstreet picks up another solid 8 yards in the passing game. Funk's got 154 passing yards here in the first half. Most, if not all of that, has been to Overstreet and Kirkland thus far. Ritter's got a couple of nice grabs.
Second and 1 from 39 yards.
Under 5 to go here in the second quarter, and Santa Fe's defense in desperate need of some. 2 receivers to either side of Funk. Funk back to pass, and Funk looks left, and that pass is caught, breaking a tackle, stayed in bounds to the Gorilla 36-yard line. What a play on the sideline. Montero on the tackle, but Xen Townsend at tight end making the nice play. Spread out wide, and wow, he stayed in bounds.
First and 10 from 36-yard line.
First down and 10 at the 36. And the swing outside to Overstreet picks up another 4 to the Santa Fe 33-yard line. He has been absolutely unstoppable no matter where they line him up here in the second quarter.
Second and 6 from 32-yard line.
Everyone's so on edge today. Second and 6 at the 33. 4 receivers, 3 to either side. Funk back to pass. And Funk goes short, and Flores nearly picked it off. Flores finally said, I've had enough of all these completions to Lawrence Kirkland. He jumped the route and nearly took it back the other way. Flores misses a big shot there at a long interception return. It'll set up third down.
Third and 6.
Third down, 6 at the 33. 4 wide receivers for Louisville, 4 defensive linemen. Back to pass. Funk, complete. First down to the 23-yard line, Lawrence Kirkland. Santa Fe cannot get off the field here in the second quarter. And they have milked the clock as well. Santa Fe, I'm not sure if they've even moved the chains here in the second. Toss play out to Overstreet, and he's wrapped up. Carlo Montero puts him down for a loss of 5. Funk's had a lot of success in the passing game against Santa Fe, but the Gorillas, one of the top pass defenses in the league, under 200 yards per game allowed. In fact, I believe first or second. Second down and 15. With Santa Fe in the last couple of weeks really solid against the run. Funk back to pass on a second and 15. He'll check it down to Overstreet. Got some room to run, but Santa Fe all over it. Just a 1-yard pickup. Overstreet has 10 grabs in the first half. But the Gorillas starting to pick up on the scheme, and it's 3rd and 14.
Third and 13 from 26 yards.
Halftime just around the corner. Back in our SFL studios in San Antonio. Toss play to Overstreet on a 3rd and 14, and Santa Fe shuts that down immediately. Surprise, the Wolfpack went conservative there. Montero on the stop, Christoph this time. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Louisville to bring the field goal kicker out. They've already missed one today. This is the SFL Network. Azuma missed from 48, wide right. This will be from 40. Left hash for the left-footed kicker. And the 40-yard field goal is good for Azuma. So he shakes off the first miss of the day, and it's Louisville 17, Santa Fe 3. Gorilla's got to find some offense here before the end of the half. They don't have to, but it would certainly look good for them. Louisville gets the ball to start the second half. From the 10-yard line, Santa Fe on the return to the 27. Let's see if Matt Wilson can get Nick T. Quick involved on this drive.
1st and 10 from 28-yard line.
Quick at the bottom of the screen, 1st and 10 at the 27. Wilson back to pass, 3-step drop. Fires over the middle looking for more, and the pass is incomplete. Russell on the coverage, 2nd and 10. Rick O'Reilly has been quiet here in the first half, has done almost nothing in terms of getting pressure on Wilson. O'Reilly leads the league in sacks with 3.5.
2nd and 10 from 28.
Anytime you go up against Rick O'Reilly, you always have to prepare. Mora and Bush off to the left. Wilson changing the play, back to pass. And Wilson goes short, and it's picked off! Wilson makes the tackle, but Louisville's got the ball at the Santa Fe 21-yard line. And that is Lester Grimes, his 2nd of the year. Wilson threw it right to him. Grimes just steps in and trying to get the ball to Quick. Wilson throws it into double coverage. And Santa Fe, who dominated the first quarter, has been dominated here in the second. They need a big stand from their defense. Back to pass, Funk. And Funk fires down the middle, caught again to the 10. For another Louisville first down. Out of the eye for the Wolfpack. 1st and goal at the 10, the clock winding down. Both teams all 3 timeouts. Overstreet takes a handoff and loses 2.
Number 9 with the tackle. Stops for a loss of 1 on the play.
Second and goal at the 12.
11-yard line.
When you come back, play on these people. Right on.
Hand off to Overstreet, and Overstreet takes a big hit. Montero lays him out, and Louisville calls timeout. Third and goal at the 5. Santa Fe down by 21 on the road. That would be tough. They toss it out to Overstreet, and he's going to score! 24 unanswered points for Louisville. Extra point pending. Wow. The Wolfpack looks sharp today. Extra point for Azuma is good. And Louisville doing what they do to a lot of opponents in this building. Run them out in the first half. Still plenty of time. 21-point deficit for Santa Fe. They got 42 seconds and 39 seconds, check that, and 3 timeouts to work with. Wolfpack kicking away. Lopez on the return into a sea of gray. 1st and 10 at the 29.
First and 10 from 29-yard.
3 wide receivers for Wilson. Montoya in the backfield. Can Wilson get something, anything to happen? Everything is short as Quick lets that one go through his hands. And Santa Fe all out of sorts here in the first half.
Second and 10.
And on to Montoya, no gain. Actually lost a yard. And it looks like maybe Santa Fe is just conceding that this first half has been an issue. Down to 16 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd down and 11. Wilson under center. Back to pass. Wilson fires down the middle of the field. It's caught by Nick T. Quick. He's in a foot race to end the first half. And Quick is going to score. And Santa Fe on the final play of the first half finally gets some momentum. A monster throw by Matt Wilson gives the Gorillas some life. And that may in fact be Nick T. Quick's first catch of the day. What a huge touchdown throw from Matt Wilson to keep Santa Fe within striking distance heading into the second half. The extra point for Santa Fe is good. It's 24-10. Thursday highlights kick off our SFL Update halftime report right now. This is the SFL Network. Louisville up 24-10. Houston, Carolina, Week 4 game of the week. Houston trying to stay unbeaten. But before they could even get a first down, Johnny English had 2 touchdowns. It was English's 12th of the season. And Carolina had an early 14-0 lead. Dominated the first 3 quarters, but flash forward to the 4th. It's 24-9. And Darnell Black gets laid out by Maurice Spurgeon. A helmet-to-helmet hit, and Spurgeon comes up hurt, grabbing his head. And after Spurgeon went out of the game, Houston started to make their move. 2 minutes later, still 24-9. Coleman for the first time all night, goes deep to Brad Wiggins. And Wiggins over the top of the defense won't be caught by Bobby Law. And Houston cuts in to the deficit finally in this one to make it 24-16. 1 minute left. Coleman trying to go down and tie it, and Maurice Spurgeon back in the game gets the interception. Carolina would hold on 24-22. Queen City and Baltimore, and once again the Crabs started slow tonight, but Chuck Imparato and Mike Dazzo changed that. Get on the board late in the first half on the final play of the first half. Daniel Garcia gets greedy, and Eddie Gage takes the gold. Baltimore wearing those beautiful gold helmets tonight. 20-7 is how it would stay at halftime as Baltimore captures some offensive and defensive momentum. Look at Gage tracking the ball beautifully. 20-14, Dazzo says, if you're going to leave my best receiver wide open, we're going to take the lead. 21 unanswered points for the Crabs. Here they're down 30-28. They'd have to settle for a field goal as Aquantis Shine keeps them out of the end zone. Crabs go up 31-30, but Daniel Garcia gets the last laugh to Jake Legacy in the back of the end zone. Question is, did he get his foot in? Refs say yes, but it was close. Queen City is the team to improve to 3-1. Greg Corky's heard all the chatter this week about how Xen Osika's taken over the league and how Sioux Falls is 2-1 and they look so good. He scored 2 touchdowns in the first half. And watch this purdy ball from Zach Zuli. In between 2 diving defenders, they couldn't catch the ball or Corky. 24-17 Sioux Falls in the third. Richard Snowden, party of 1 to the right side. Switching hands to the right side and all the way across the field. Snowden eventually tackled by A.J. Levy, but the Dragons would get on the board and tie the game at 24. Still down, 31-24. Richard Snowden is going to help his team out again. The defending champs are tired of having a 0 in the win column. Snowden fighting for extra yards, and the refs say he's in. Jefferson made the tackle. Should it have been a touchdown? Richard Snowden awfully close. The refs side with the Dragons. Good blocks here. Osika wrapped up. Snowden to the goal line. Doesn't get any closer than that. 34-31. Dragons up. Tyree is in the red zone. And to the end zone for the win. Throws a pick. Could have tied it with a field goal. DC gets their first win. Take a look at the first half stats from Louisville and Santa Fe. It's 24-10 at the half. Louisville just dominating in time of possession, 14:07 to 7:53. And Skeletor P-Funk showed no fear against that Santa Fe pass defense. Already 205 passing yards on 21 of 27 passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Juan Bosco had 3 catches early on in the first 4 minutes, but then went silent for Santa Fe. They need to get him back involved. 3 catches, 53 yards in the first half. 247 total yards to 150 for Louisville. The Wolfpack already have 14 first downs. That is insane. Both teams doing well on third down, and in the turnover department, that's even as well at 1. Santa Fe gets the huge touchdown on the final play of the first half, and we'll see if that can help them in the third quarter swing momentum, as what looked to be a 21-point halftime deficit is now just 14. Looks a whole lot different now. Louisville 24, Santa Fe 10. Second half from Blue Sun Stadium is coming up next here on the SFL Network.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and make sure never to miss a moment of the action by following our channel on Twitch. This has been SFL Halftime Update. Enjoy the second half.
Start of the second half, and Santa Fe kicks it deep. Louisville on the return and just barely gets past the 20. To the 23-yard line, I believe Bush was on that last tackle. Get some good special teams work in. So, Skeletor P-Funk, 21 of 27 in that first half. Just one interception for Funk. He's got 4 on the year. 2 in the backfield for Louisville on 1st and 10 of the 23. And they flip it to Overstreet, and Overstreet somehow manages to get a couple. But again, Santa Fe doing a better job on Overstreet up the middle. Alvarado and company get the stop. Just a 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 8. It's a big possession for the Santa Fe defense, trying to turn things around.
Ball at the 25-yard line.
Funk is out of the shotgun. Back to pass. And Funk sidearm throws it into traffic. It's picked off. Past the 35 up to the 32. That's Christoph Montero for the 2nd time today. First down for Santa Fe at the Louisville 32, and the Gorillas are making a comeback. Funk just throws this one into a crowd. 6 Gorilla defenders on the screen. Kyle Walsh has the first update of the day from Dallas, Texas. Crazy play.
The Law built an early 11-point lead, but Kendrick Watkins pops out the ball and rookie Reese Walsh takes it 37 yards the other way and helped Orlando to a touchdown. Now 17-13. Back to you, Cam.
Good one going out there in Dallas. And we got a good one shaping up here. Santa Fe's got a 1st down and 10 at the 32. Handoff goes to Montoya. Montoya's buried, no gain. There's Rick O'Reilly. Quiet first half, but he swallows up Montoya to bring up 2nd and 10.
Let's go. 2nd and 10 from 32-yard line.
Two in the backfield, 2 receivers, Bosco and Quick. And Montoya going to take another handoff. A missed tackle. Montoya's in the open field. 1st down to the 17. The Wolfpack had a chance to get Montoya in the backfield. Somebody whiffed. That was a linebacker. Manley ends up making the tackle. Manley's been active, but he also gave up that long touchdown to Quick before the half. Wilson's rating starting to improve. 137 yards. He's out of the shotgun. 1st and 10 at the 37. Back to pass. And Wilson fires back in the end zone. Get those Townsend, son! Touchdown to Quick. His 2nd of the game. It's an 8-point game. I thought for sure Wilson's pass was going out of the back of the end zone, but Quick with the presence of mind to slow it down. Back-to-back touchdowns on Santa Fe's last 2 drives, plus the interception. It's an 8-point game.
Back for the point after. Number 15 on the hold.
Extra point from Zeke Klein is good. Of course, Klein, who had the field goal earlier in this game, trying to bounce back. He missed what would have been a game winner against Houston last week in a wild 28-27 ball game. And Santa Fe has cut the score to 7. Klein kicks it deep. From the 2, Louisville on the return up to the 24-yard line. Coming up on the SFL Network over the next 3 days, the NYC Sailors and the San Francisco Bulldogs do battle Monday night, along with Oklahoma City, Tallahassee. Thursday night, we actually forgot to announce Louisville and Carolina has been flexed in as the national or the main broadcast next week. Sioux Falls and Cleveland are moved out, and Orlando and Oklahoma City play on Super Bowl Sunday along with San Francisco and Queen City. Funk back to pass. That pass is complete for a pickup of 5 yards. Louisville 2-1, Carolina 3-1. A Louisville victory today would put both teams at 3-1 and would make it the game of the week.
2nd and 5 from 29-yard.
2nd down and 5 for the Wolfpack. So once again, Cleveland Sioux Falls flexed out of the game, the spotlight game next Thursday, and Louisville and Carolina will take their place. Week 5 is the first week of flex scheduling, as Overstreet loses a yard. Lynn all over that. It's 3rd and 6.
Loss of 1 on the play. Third and 6. Ball at the 28-yard line.
So Cleveland and Sioux Falls changes will be due 2 days sooner than the posted schedule. Louisville, Carolina 2 days after the posted schedule. Overstreet on a 3rd down and 6. He lost a yard, and Louisville goes 3 and out. They're going to have to punt the ball away. No, well, yes, the dates don't change in flex scheduling.
Are back to punt. Number 11.
But yes, Minneapolis plays on Thursday. So Santa Fe gets a touchdown at the end of the first half. Then they get an interception. Then they get another touchdown, and then they force a 3 and out. And from the 32-yard line, Santa Fe returns up to the 36, and the Gorillas have a nice field. Or a shorter field than normal, I would say. Up to 2 games can be flexed between weeks 5 and 7, so the league has exercised that first right on Louisville at Carolina on Thursday. Should be a fantastic battle between Overstreet and Johnny English. Hand off to Montoya, and he lost a yard. Both running backs struggling, but actually Isaac Montoya having a bit better of an afternoon, not in the end zone, but just on a typical carry. Khrushchev made that last tackle. Overstreet very quiet in the run game, and Santa Fe's run defense has been mightily improved over the last couple of weeks. 2nd down and 11 as Wilson drops back to pass, floats it over to Quick, and Quick picks up 4. Juan Bosco still has not had a catch since the 2nd drive of the game for Santa Fe. Quick has gotten more involved, has both touchdowns. Quick now has 4 touchdowns this season. That's best on the team. 3rd and 7. Minneapolis, San Francisco is slated for commentary week 6. Wilson back to throw. Wilson steps into the pocket, fires down the field. The pass is caught by Bosco down to the 21-yard line. Aaron Tolbert makes the stop, but Santa Fe has come out of nowhere, and they're just outside the red zone. Wilson just does a beautiful job of stepping up out of traffic. Again, Rick O'Reilly, a pretty non-factor in this ball game, just has not really been able to get a lot of pressure on Wilson. Santa Fe's offensive line coming in has done a good job protecting Wilson. It's 1st and 10 at the 21. Wilson wants to change the play. And back to pass. Wilson flips it outside to Quick. Quick inside the 15, down to the 12, picks up 9. Quick's got 100 yards on 4 catches.
Second and 1.
Second and 1 at the 12. Bosco top of the screen. Montoya makes the first down to the 8. 4-yard pickup. Freeman on the tackle. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
First and goal.
Will they seriously air the game? First and goal at the 8. Hand off to Montoya. Montoya inside the 5, down to the 3. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the third, and Santa Fe in the last 6 minutes has nearly erased a 21-point deficit.
Second and goal from 3-yard line.
Second and goal from the 3. Montoya in the backfield. Santa Fe trying to tie the game. Wilson back to pass. Fires it short, and it's nearly taken away. Lester Grimes almost had his second of the day. It'll bring up third and goal from the 3. Can Louisville come up with a big red zone stop here? Third down and goal at the 3. Wilson changing up the call. 3-step drop. He's in trouble. Got away. And then is sacked for a 3-yard loss. The second big stand inside the 10-yard line today for Louisville. And Klein will have to come out for another chip shot. Finally, Louisville manages to get Wilson on the ground. And the 23-yarder for Klein is good. 4:06 to play in the third quarter. It's now 24-20, but Louisville with a big defensive stop maintains the lead.
Kicking up. Number 1, deep to receive.
From the 3. Louisville up to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 from 27 yards.
Hand off Overstreet on a counter left. Nice gain there. Picks up 4. Been tough sledding for Overstreet on the ground.
He picks up 4 yards.
But does a nice job there to avoid a second and long situation.
Second and 5. Ball at the 31-yard line.
Second and 6. Funk back to pass. And Funk down the middle. The ball knocked up in the air by Alvarado, and it's incomplete. Looking for Kirkland. Kirkland, who got off to that hot start, now 7 receptions on 9 targets, but more solid defense out of the Gorillas.
Third and 5 from 31 yards.
Trips right. Funk trying to convert the third down. All kinds of time to throw. The pass nearly intercepted. Incomplete. Louisville has to punt it again. Santa Fe all over Louisville in the third quarter. Carlos Powers knocked that away. Kirkland was the intended receiver. And this has really been a back and forth game in terms of quarters. Santa Fe won the first quarter. Louisville won the second, and Santa Fe has clearly won the third.
Back to punt. Number 11.
Wolfpack will have to punt it away. Santa Fe chooses not to go after it, instead try to set up their coverage instead. Pretty decent return up to the 38-yard line. Santa Fe has had solid field position in the third quarter.
Spotted at the 38.
I would say about an average of their own 30.
First and 10 from 38 yards.
Three receivers for Santa Fe. Hand off to Montoya. And Montoya gets a nice gain of 6. 4 tackles for Russell.
Yards on the play. Number 56 with the tackle. Second and 4 from 44 yards.
Hand off to Montoya, and Montoya lost 2 yards.
Number 23 of the play. Number 72 credited with the tackle. Also
Going to bring up a third down here.
third and 5 from 33
Third
yards.
down and 6. Big play here for this Louisville defense. They have had a rough third. Back to pass. Wilson wide open. Lopez for the first down to the 46-yard line. A big throw there from Wilson, who is very composed here in the second half. He's been in this position before. They had the big comeback against Carolina.
First and 10.
Their first win of the season.
46 yards.
Back to pass. Wilson, deep shot. It's underthrown, and nearly a nice tag team play there from Louisville's secondary. Looking for Quick. Sets up a second down and 10.
Second and 10. Ball at the 46 yard line.
Montoya loses a yard. We'll set up a third down and 11.
58. No gain on the play.
Khrushchev again on the stop.
Third and 10. 47 yards.
Third and 11 to the 47. Wilson is in trouble. Wilson is sacked. That's Rick O'Reilly's 4th and a half this season.
8 yards on the play.
Wilson goes down, and Louisville finally gets a stop here in the third quarter.
Back to punt. Number 1 is deep to receive.
About to bring the pass.
Louisville will start from the 21. Overstreet takes the handoff. He's got some space. Overstreet in the open field for the first time today. The defense gets a stop, and Overstreet gets a touchdown, and Louisville back up by double digits. Big time play. Santa Fe over pursuit on the back end. Had a chance to get Overstreet down in the backfield, and the Montero brothers were nowhere to be found on that touchdown run.
Number 19 is back to the point after
Extra point for Louisville is good. 31-20.
To kick off. Number 11 back for the return.
Santa Fe nearly rebounded to erase a 21-point deficit. Do they have enough in the tank to come back down by 11? Lopez on the return to the 28-yard line.
First and 10 from 28-yard line.
Montoya smashed in the backfield, a loss of 1. Overstreet now up to 105 yards and has punched in the end zone 3 times. O'Reilly on the stop. And that is the end of the third quarter of play. Louisville is giving themselves a little bit more breathing room. Start of the fourth quarter, they're up 31-20. This is the SFL Network. Wilson on second down and 11. Throws short at the feet of Nick T. Quick. Third and long for Santa Fe. The wheels are starting to fall off the wagon again. Coming up in the post-game show, we'll take a look at highlights from around the league, from Dallas, Orlando, Minneapolis, at Cleveland. And we'll break down all three-game statistics on the SFL Update post-game report. Back to pass, Wilson on a third and long. Hit as he threw, and the pressure from Rick O'Reilly and Louisville up front is starting to get to Santa Fe. They'll have to punt the ball away. Santa Fe can't let Overstreet shoot out of a cannon again. Needs to at least to try to keep this to a 2-score game. Both teams just back and forth today. Louisville totally outplayed in the first and the third quarter, and Santa Fe totally outplayed in the second. Whose fourth quarter will it be? That pass caught on the sideline, 4-yard pickup. Funk now 215 yards. Blaylock, a rare sighting from A.J. Blaylock. D.D. Ritter's also been quiet since his first couple of grabs early in that first quarter.
Second and 6 from 42 yards.
Hand off Overstreet. He's got some space. First down. I believe it was an offside penalty, will be declined.
Neutral zone infraction, number 94. Defense, the penalty is declined.
First down to the 49, Overstreet. Navigating his way through a tough game. Had over 200 yards last week and has had over 180 yards in each of his first 3 ball games this year. Well under that with 10:25 to go.
First and 10. Ball at the 49-yard line.
again. Santa Fe jumps offside. The pass is incomplete. Dropped off the hands of Kirkland, but Santa Fe just giving away yards here on this drive.
Neutral zone infraction, number 97, defense.
It'll be first down and 5. We have a game break update from Kyle Walsh back in San Antonio. Let's send it there.
It really doesn't get any more bizarre than Orlando and Dallas today, Cam. This time, Zach Parker fumbles, forced by Bones Malone, and Mitchell Maverick recovers. Dallas gets the ball in scoring position after losing their 11-point lead. We've got a nice, clean shot of Law's heads-up play. Now back to the Gorillas and Wolfpack.
Wild game in Dallas. And just getting word that Orlando has gotten a kickoff return for a touchdown to go back up on top. Insane. First and 5 of the 47. Back-to-back offside penalties. The last one accepted. Out of the eye, Overstreet takes the handoff. Around the right side, stiff arm, and Montero cleans it up, but not until Overstreet gets to the 37. Joe Lynn put down. First and 10, Louisville approaching scoring position. Still a lot of time left in the game. 9:45 to go in the fourth. Back to pass, Funk. Deep shot into coverage, and Flores beautifully knocks it away.
Let's go.
Second and 10 at the 37. Four receivers, 3 to the right side for Louisville. Toss play out to Overstreet, and Overstreet lost gained maybe a yard, maybe a half a yard. Carlo Montero on the stop. Third down and 10 outside of field goal range.
Third and 9.
11 receptions for 79 yards for Overstreet, most of that in the first half. Same formation, line shifts from right to left, back to pass. Funk down the middle, pass caught. 5-yard pickup that will send Azuma on maybe for a 50-yard field goal. He missed from 48 early.
Our back to punt. Number 11 is deep to receive.
Don't let him get that point.
8:40 to go. Louisville will punt it away. Fair catch called for at the 13. Could have been a better punt there for the Wolfpack. Santa Fe takes over.
First and 10 from 13-yard line.
Handoff to Montoya, and Montoya got just a yard. Santa Fe's going to have to make a move here at some point. At least try to flip field position with a solid drive. Wilson's rating has steadily climbed throughout the day, 91.8. Handoff, Montoya left side. Montoya dragging defenders, nearly got the first down. Pick up a third down and 1.
Gain of 7 on the play. Number 23 credited with the tackle. Third and 1 from 22 yards.
toss it out to Montoya. He got the first down to the 23. Just stretches ahead. Santa Fe still on the move.
First and 10 from 24 yards.
Trips right. Wilson back to pass. Wilson fires it down the field. Wide open, Nick T. Quick! Quick has done it again. He's got all 3 touchdowns for Santa Fe. It's a gorilla score. Santa Fe just will not go away. And Quick, who had 2 touchdowns in the first 3 games, has 3 this afternoon. There's just nobody on him. Absolutely nobody on Nick T. Quick. And he's protecting the football like his life depends on it. Santa Fe.
Number 16 is back for the point after. Number 15 will hold the kick.
If they somehow come back and win the game, it would be the largest comeback in SFL history. Extra point is good from Klein. 31-27, all kinds of time left. 7 minutes to go in the fourth.
Are set for the kickoff. Number 1 back for the return.
Can't believe how Santa Fe has just hung in this game. From the 2, Louisville on the return past the 20, up to the 23. A lot of time left. Another wild, close game here on the SFL Network.
First and 10 from 24 yards.
In the first 27 games of the SFL season, 15 were decided by 1 possession. As Overstreet picks up just a yard. That's over half of our games this year have been 8 points or less in the end. That is a big-time competitive stat.
Second and 8. Ball at the 25 yards.
Six and a half to go in the fourth. 31-27, second and 9 for Louisville. Funk back to pass, 3-step drop, fires middle. Oh, it's caught. How'd he catch that at the 37? D.D. Ritter for the first down. Ritter threw loads of traffic. Alvarado he thought he had it. He thought he had the interception falling over. And instead, the more aggressive Ritter makes the catch. Hand off to Overstreet. He's whacked in the backfield, no gain by a handful of gorillas. Second and 10.
Second and 9 from 38 yards.
232 yards for Funk, but 2 picks. Now 5 on the season. That's more than he had all of last year. Second and 10. Clock ticking. Santa Fe down just 4. Handoff Overstreet. Overstreet hit by Montero right at the line of scrimmage. Ends up getting about a half a yard. Another big third down coming up for both of these teams. If Louisville wins, they're 3-1. They take on 3-1 Carolina next week in what would be the SFL Game of the Week, which has been flexed onto the SFL N1 schedule. If Santa Fe wins, both teams go to 2-2. Third down and 9. Funk back to pass. Funk steps up in the pocket, fires over the middle. Pass is caught for another first down. Skeletor Pete Funk on the money on this drive as Louisville continues to bleed the clock and enters into Santa Fe territory.
First and 10. Ball at the 49-yard line.
Two receivers for Louisville. Check that. The ball's on Louisville's 49-yard line. Overstreet in the backfield. Santa Fe needs something to happen quick for their defense. Takes the toss, hit the backfield. 2-yard loss. Powers has been all over Overstreet on that left side today, but the clock continues to move. Now approaching 4 minutes.
Second and 11. Ball at the 47-yard line.
Second and 12. Louisville goes out of the eye. 7 in the box. Powers wanting to blitz inside. And off Overstreet. And Overstreet sheds a couple of tackles and picks up a solid 8 yards. 129 yards on 20 carries for Overstreet. Another big third down here. 3rd and 4.
Third and 3.
Santa Fe trying to get off the field with a chance to win the ball game. Funk back to pass, and Funk fires right side again. It's caught for a first down, breaking a tackle down to the 22 into scoring position. Kirkland. Frank Flores, not his best day. Playing too far off of Kirkland, and now Louisville can at least get a field goal. With the way they're moving the ball on offense on this drive, they could just run out the clock. Still 22 yards to the end zone, a touchdown likely kills it. And the 2:38 to go, and now Louisville has taken all the time in the world off the clock. And off to Overstreet, breaks a tackle. Overstreet in the open field, gets 8 to the 14-yard line. And Louisville will not have to take another snap before the 2-minute warning. This has been an impressive drive for Louisville. When they needed their offense to step up, that's exactly what they got.
Second and 2 from 14-yard line.
That is the 2-minute warning. This is the SFL Network. Don't forget, coming up on Monday, NYC and San Francisco, along with Oklahoma City, Tallahassee. Thursday night, the SFL N1 game is Louisville at Carolina. Sioux Falls and Cleveland flexed out. Super Bowl Sunday, it's SFL Championship rematch day. Orlando at Oklahoma City, San Francisco at Queen City. A special 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern start time. That's all coming up in the next 3 days of streaming here on the SFL Network. Second down and 2. Handoff to Overstreet. He did not get it. 3rd and 1. Timeout Santa Fe. If Louisville can manage to get a yard on this next play, they'll likely win the ball game. What a drive. Third down and 1. Can Louisville get that tough yard? Handoff Overstreet. He got it. That's a first down and a timeout, Santa Fe. They only have 1 left. What a drive for Louisville. As it's another battle of top running games. Next Thursday, the 3-1 Carolina Skyhawks against the 3-1 pending Louisville Wolfpack. Next Thursday should be a magnificent night of action across the league. Handoff Overstreet, and Overstreet's gonna walk in. That's how games are won.
56.
Third offside of the day for Santa Fe. It's not going to matter. That was one of, if not the best drives by an offense I've seen so far this season. Methodical.
Number 19 is back for the point after. Bear will hold the kick.
Santa Fe falls to 1-3. 2 games back of the division lead of Houston, who's 3-1. With the Gorillas nearly defeated. So 1 timeout and 1:51 for the Gorillas and Matt Wilson to do something unthinkable again. We had their game just 2 weeks ago where they went nuts in the 4th quarter, and they nearly went nuts again here today. Lucius Sanders, we've not mentioned his name enough today. The guy's got 4 interceptions, but Juan Bosco flat shut down today after a fast start.
1st and 10 from 30 yards.
Out of the shotgun for Wilson. Looking to make anything happen. Deep shot, got a man. That's Bosco. 1st down and out of bounds to the Santa Fe 49, just his 5th grab. First and 10 now near midfield for Santa Fe. Again, programming note, post-game show coming up. We'll have statistics from all 3 games today, highlights around the league. The ESCO post-game report. Hang out with us as Matt Wilson is just creamed. H.J. Latshaw, who gets overshadowed by Rick O'Reilly, and pretty much everybody does, lays the hit on Wilson almost immediately after he stepped back.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 49 yards.
2nd down, 10. Back to pass, Wilson. And Wilson fires, incomplete. Latshaw again applying a hit. 3rd down and 10. Receivers for Wilson. 4-man rush. Wilson, deep shot into traffic. Pass knocked away beautifully. Lucius Sanders has been a monster. 4th and 10 is the ball game. Sanders in perfect position to make that play. Four receivers for Wilson, down 11. Back to pass, it's short. That's it. Louisville holds on, a valiant effort by Santa Fe for much of the day. Mainly Nick T. Quick, who at times in this game was unguardable. But Santa Fe just a bit out of sorts today. Inconsistent, they'll fall to 1-3. I wouldn't write the Gorillas off though. They have Dallas next week, followed by Tallahassee, 2 teams that are currently under 500. Then Santa Fe has Orlando, who came back today against Dallas. And then the Gorillas have OKC, so plenty Plenty of winnable games there on that schedule. Santa Fe burns their last time out. Skeletor P-Funk takes a knee. Post-game report on its way. (38-27). The Wolfpack get the victory. Now 3-1. And Louisville, riding the trend of last season, lost week 1. Won 7 straight to head into the playoffs with the league's best record. They lost week 1 again this year to Houston in a rout. But they've won 3 in a row, and Louisville looking like a dangerous squad. And it seems like with every game they've played, they've won each game a little differently.
Have selected to punt. Number 11 is deep to receive.
Here I come, punter. I'm coming. I'm gonna block the punt.
Louisville will have to punt this ball away. And from the 20, Santa Fe has 2 seconds left on the clock. See if they can tack on another touchdown to Quick. That would give him 6. Freeman Goodspeed, after today, has 7. He leads the league in receiving touchdowns.
Let's go.
Give us a moment to set the post-game report up. It's coming up next. That pass is knocked away, and that is the end of the ball game. Louisville 3-1, Santa Fe 1-3. The post-game report is coming up next. Stay tuned. Welcome into the SFL post-game show. Santa Fe falls to 1-3, 38-27. Louisville improves to 3-1. Here were the final numbers. Matt Wilson struggled with consistency today, but did find the deep ball to Nick T. Quick, 15 of 31, 317 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Nick T. Quick, 6 catches, 181 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Frank Flores, 10 tackles, 2 passes defended in the loss. For Louisville, Skeletor P. Funk, 28 of 38, 266 yards, 1 touchdown. He was picked off twice. David Overstreet had all 5 touchdowns on the day for Louisville. 151 yards on the ground and 4 touchdowns, 79 yards through the air and another touchdown. Andre Khrushchev continues his stellar start to his sophomore season with Louisville in the SFL. 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack. Let's take a look at what happened around the league. First up, Orlando, Dallas. Orlando and Dallas, a battle of 1 and 2 teams. We picked this one up in the third quarter. Dallas up 11, but Ochente Iocho gets the ball popped out of his hands. Kendrick Watkins forced the fumble. Reese Walsh going almost all the way the opposite direction to the Dallas Law 35. And little did we know that would turn this game on its head. 20-20, Zach Parker fumbles the ball. Mitchell Maverick recovers. He also had 2 interceptions on the night. Dallas would be back in business after blowing an 11-point lead. They would add a field goal following the fumble. As we take another look at it, Bones Malone forced it. Dallas up 23-20. Their lead would not last long. Next kickoff, 3:27 to go in the fourth. Isaac Perez, 92 yards, untouched. His first kickoff return touchdown of his career, and Orlando would regain the lead, 27-23. Dallas trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Next possession, Mock picked off. Reese Walsh again. What a day for the rookie. Orlando wins to improve to 2-2. So the Intimidators come back and beat Dallas despite 6 turnovers on the day. Dallas had 4 of their own in just a wild game at Wentworth Stadium. Dallas falls to 1-3 and ends their 3-game homestand 1-2. Connor Pyatt, after looking fantastic on Monday against Tallahassee, throws 5 picks and only had 123 passing yards, was 20 for 30 and had a touchdown. Zach Parker, however, had a season-high 211 yards on 26 carries for 3 scores. Reese Walsh, 4 tackles, a pass defended, had an interception, and a fumble recovery. Kendrick Watkins had a forced fumble. Orlando getting it done and winning their 2nd straight game, 2-2. They'll take on Oklahoma City in the spotlight game just before the Super Bowl in a battle, in a rematch of SFL Championship Game 2 between Orlando and Oklahoma City. For Dallas, Murdoch Mack, 29 of 52, 369 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Mick Hardcastle had a career high, 20 carries, 155 yards, and a touchdown. He finally got going. Mitchell Maverick, 2 tackles, but he had 2 picks and a fumble recovery. He was all over the field today in a losing effort for the Law. It was a gloomy day in Cleveland. A matchup of the #1 offense, Minneapolis, and the #1 defense, Cleveland. Offense won. Doug Bose takes a flip from the backfield and scores off a nice block. It was the opening drive for the Maulers, and they would just not quit. Up 17-0. This was the lone bright spot of the day for Cleveland. Chris Davis, beautiful run, breaking through everybody. Koma Kaleka is trying, man. He's too fast. Davis touchdown to get Cleveland on the board. 17-7, 6:40 to go in the first half, but that would be the only fireworks of the day. for Cleveland. Next possession for Minneapolis. It's Bose again, getting past everyone with a little small, tiny hurdle. I'm guessing his vertical's not that great, but Bose scores his 3rd touchdown of the day. And if you've got 3, why not pick up a 4th? Bose to the house. Freeman Goodspeed blocks 2 people in the back on the play. Didn't matter. Maulers win 41-7 and improve to 4-0. A rough day for the Vipers. They dropped to 2-2. 41-7 in really a stunning blowout as Cleveland came into the game #1 in a lot of defensive categories. The bottom falls out on the Vipers as Minneapolis just efficient in their 41-7 win to improve to 4-0. You don't often see 41-7 final scores with the road team winning in this league, I can tell you that. Cleveland falls to 2-2, lose their 2nd straight. Rocco Marconi, brilliant once again, 37 of 49, 405 yards, 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Doug Bose, he had a career day. 113 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, 156 receiving yards, and he added 2 more touchdowns. For those of you that are math challenged, it's 269 all-purpose yards. Sebastian Brott, 9 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a sack in the victory. For Cleveland, they just could not get the ball down the field. Caleb Wright finishes just 11 for 22, 105 yards. Chris Davis had a career high, 22 carries, 167 yards, and a touchdown. Scott King on 9 targets, just 4 catches for 22 yards, as his struggles through the first third of the season continue. So once again, the final score from Louisville. The Wolfpack 38, Santa Fe 27. Our first flex game is week 5. Louisville and Carolina flexed in. Cleveland and Sioux Falls flexed out, and it is the game of the week between the 3-1 Wolfpack and the 3-1 surprising Carolina Skyhawks, who look to make a statement. That is on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, we'll get a chance to see if the NYC Sailors can stop their losing streak. They take on the San Francisco Bulldogs in a very interesting matchup. San Francisco, some are saying this team under the right circumstance, if Dwayne Drew hadn't gone out against Baltimore, could be 2-1 or maybe even 3-0. It'll be interesting to gauge where the Bulldogs and the Sailors are at tomorrow night as well, along with Oklahoma City and Tallahassee. It was a fun one from Louisville. Your final, Louisville 38, Santa Fe 27. This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League in the SFL Network from Blue Sun Stadium in Louisville, Kentucky. And Kyle Walsh back at our SFL studios in San Antonio, Texas. I am Cameron Irvine saying thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Peace.